right into it with Rush. Kiro is here. Can you hear me all right?
Uh, I can hear you quite well, by the way, buddy. Good to see you.
Awesome. Good to see you again as well. When I demoed your tool, I was blown away by what you were up to and how you've been able to solve this order management experience and all of that. I'm really looking forward to you showcasing that to everybody here today. So I'll add your slides to the deck or your deck to the screen. See, Katya, you got me. You got me tongue twisted as well. And then I'll let you take it away from here. If you need anything from me, I'll just be in the background.
Thank you so much, Derek. I know that we're currently limited on time, like 15 minutes to wrap it up. But before I'm going to start pitching, the audience, I want to be full transparent and to provide as much value as possible. So we are going into the Q4 season. Everybody's trying to spend so much time preparing for getting the maximum results in return. And I do believe that Rush, as a shipping software, can showcase some good case studies right now on that deck that can prove our concept that we can drive maximum AOV and lifetime customer value on Autopilot. And the audience is going to be surprised by the amount of money that anyone can generate just by implementing some pretty simple yet super powerful shipping notifications. And I'm going to go to the next slides, but what you see on my screen is typically our tracking solution, our tracking page, which is like the backbone of our software. And typically this is exactly where the magic is happening. So let me just do it like that. What we stand for, and I like to brag about it, we definitely are the software who is going to bridge the gap between the moment of the order and the unboxing. And I do believe that the moment of the order is that precious moment where you're just trying to successfully build an audience of buyers who needs to have a reasoning to stay for as long as possible and to create that buyer to become a repeat buyer 1, 2, 3, 4 times and to extend the lifetime customer value through providing good products, quality service, and also reasoning for them to believe in your brand. Because nowadays in the upcoming Q4 season, it's pretty hard to compete with Amazon, with the Amazon Prime, with the 1-2 day delivery, etc. But if you can communicate better along every single point and every single part of the shipping parcel up until the parcel is going to get delivered, you have a great chance to build a great brand and to sustain as much as possible into that e-commerce ecosystem. So without further ado, I do believe that we've built something sophisticated that can drive through the order confirmation page to some follow-up emails to specific events, along with in transit, out for delivery. But we are great software in a combination with other complementary softwares. Like you can follow up with a review request based upon a deliver date whatsoever. You can play around with gamifications. You can play around with some referral and loyalty programs. Like sky's the limit to squeeze as much as possible without being too salesy and make your buyers believe in your brand. And this comes to my next point, is that if you're not sending shipping notifications, you're technically losing a lot of money. And usually most of the customers are going to be expecting a clear communication in regards to what might be happening, what is going to be an issue, or maybe a super fast delivery if you're just leveraging some 3PL systems like ShipBob, for example, where they tend to deliver super fast to the end consumers regardless. You need to communicate better with your buyers, and you're going to be surprised how well these shipping emails and SMS notifications are going to perform on your end. And you're going to be probably expecting to get 50+% open rate, like on average, without exaggerating. And this is going to drive eyeballs on scale without a hassle. Usually what most people are going to say, okay, the Q4 season is coming up, there is going to be a bunch of delays. That's a fact. Like there might be 20-30% of the shipments getting some delays, but on the other hand, there might be another 70% who are going to get on time. And usually you need to focus on both ends. Like you need to always over deliver on the customer expectation, and make sure that you can communicate better through good copy and also good email content when it comes down to putting up the creatives, putting up some more upsells and cross sells, and other elements that can drive more CTR back to your website, and you can monetize on top of that. What Rush can do for you, it's gonna fully automate the shipping tracking process from top to bottom, and I definitely can guarantee that you're not gonna face the challenge of losing customers again for the reasons why, like delayed by the carrier, not shipped on time, some back ordered and not getting any updates, or for example, nobody else out there is technically going a little bit more deeper down the rabbit hole and looking forward to get more personalized when it comes down to, oh, it might be delivered at the mailbox, or might be at the front door, at the parcel locker, whatever the event might be. We're definitely going to get the data that you need in order to come up with these triggers in systems like Klaviyo or Omnisend. It doesn't really matter. You can leverage their email, their systems, and their mediums like email, SMS, and push notifications to drive once again customer satisfaction on steroids. What you see on my screen is a typical trigger, which is a combination between, if it's in transit, but it's actually in transit for more than 7 days, you can simply make a follow-up with your customers and notify them, okay, we can see that right now the transit time is extending a little bit, but be calm, we're going to take a good care of you, and you're going to take your parcel on time. On the other hand, what we're seeing across the board from around 1,000 plus active merchants currently using Rush, we're seeing around $1.18 on my screen, but between $1 for $3 per recipient, meaning that for every single email that you're going to be sending out, you should expect to get $1 in return. So if you can make the math, it will be like, I can send 1,000 emails and I'm gonna make $1,000 attributed revenue, like on autopilot. And usually when it comes down to customization on the email copy and content itself, we have no limitations. Why? Because every single bit of information that we can possibly take from the shipping carriers, from Shopify, or from the current updates happening on the fly from these parcels up until they're going to get delivered, you can technically use them as dynamic properties or as shortcodes within the copy of the email. So it's just a matter of you having and applying some twists and making sure that every single bit of information is going to get updated on the fly, and you're going to put these flows on autopilot, and you're going to be just making money day in, day out. Another good case study from a super recent actually onboarded client of ours, like for the past 30 days, they're currently sitting right now on a subscription plan, probably sell like $79 with us. We were able to drive 30,000 USD bottom line attributed revenue, easy as that. And as you can see on my screen over here, that specific client is making between $1.21 up to $3.86 per recipient. And I'm so confident that whoever is going to decide to try Rush out, we are here to over-deliver on your expectations. And we're going to handhold you up until you guys are going to get the maximum results out of it, but not just like for the money-making machine that we're putting up together, but once again, to make sure that you will drive happy customers day in, day out, easy as that. More use cases. Let's say that you're a supplements brand or your skincare brand, or you're trying to build some subscription as part of your Shopify brand. You can definitely make a good mixture and a combination between a subscription flow or replenishment flow using the delivery trigger. So once again, super personalization on steroids, which once again is going to drive massive amount of satisfaction from your customers. And you can always monetize and add more revenue to your bottom line. Once again, super easy on the fly, using the Rush system, using the Klaviyo Omnisend system. Everything is going to be set up in a matter of a couple of minutes, and you're going to be enjoying the profits coming in. How all that thing is happening, you probably have heard about, oh, I'm probably going to put up a tracking page, but not every single tracking page is going to deliver the right amount of conversions, because we tend to believe we are building something out of so many tests that we're currently implementing on the back of the software, and we know how to drive eyeballs, but also to retain the eyeballs for as much as possible on that page, where once somebody's going to go and look up the order status, they will likely continue on browsing the page and look for more content, more complementary products, or maybe just click on some more banners in regards to the Black Friday, Cyber Monday event, or maybe the Mother's Day. Regardless, there's so many holidays throughout the whole season, and you can always monetize on even the best-selling collections along with what you have just sold to your customers. So I'm going to break down what exactly moves the needle, at least for our customers right now, and it's the complete clarity and the way that we are putting up all the information together. And I'm going to once again touch on that point. Our tracking page is completely customized from top to bottom. There is nothing that you won't be able to plug in order to visualize and provide more content to your customers. So be transparent, show them the current order status, show them the logo of the carrier, which is going to definitely make sense. Your customer is going to be calm. They're going to continue on browsing the page. They're going to see exactly the items in the order. Once again, a double check about what they have just purchased. And we're using these call to action buttons like buy again, just to push them and maybe buy the same product or make a gift for somebody else. Or if it's a supplement, it's always a good way to drive a returning buyers for the same old product. But at the same time, another call to action button, which is pretty handy, is if the parcel has been delivered, somebody's going to look it up, and they can, easy as that, click the write a review button, and we're seamlessly integrated with Stamped, with Yotpo, with Judge Me, with Okendo, with Unip. I'm probably missing somebody right now, but we're going to drive your social proof on steroids as well. And last but not least is the upsell cross-sell functionality, which is pretty handy. Why? Because you can always exclude what your buyer currently have purchased, and you can just continue on showing these complementary products, because your buyers are also super busy on a day-to-day basis, and they're probably missing a lot of your products just because you don't retain their eyeballs. And this is a great way to communicate better, and at the same time push more products and give them another reason to believe in you and spend money with your brand. Typical clients who are going to jump on board with Rush are going to see between 10 and 50x return on your investment, or you don't pay. I'm going to repeat it. We're going to deliver 10, 50x return on your investment with our software, or you're not going to pay a dime. That's basically it. I'm so confident. I'm seeing it across 1,000 merchants right now, and I know exactly what I'm speaking about. And just try us out. You're not going to pay up until you're not going to be satisfied at the end of the day. Something that is probably the backbone, once again, of our software is the fact that we go super deep when it comes down to getting to know the KPIs, getting to know certain delivery performance metrics, time taken to arrive, issues that are coming on top. Regardless, you can stay on top of them every single day. And why that thing is helpful? Because of one main reason: you can communicate better with your supply chain and make sure that if you're facing some challenges with your shipping carriers, whether it's going to be DHL, FedEx, USPS, or if you're doing dropshipping from China, we have plenty of dropshippers doing some bonkers numbers and moving thousands of orders per month. They also have to communicate with the warehouse and make sure that the processing time, at least in the Q4 season, where the lack of the warehousing systems is going to face these challenges of these parcels not be able to get processed on time, is going to open a huge window. That is the time that the parcel has to be fulfilled for the span of 24 to 48 hours, but usually it's going to expand to sometimes 4-5 days. And this is where you're going to jump in with a beautiful tracking page that is going to once again showcase the most recent updates. But you can utilize the page in a sense to provide more information, in a sense with some notes whatsoever, just because something is happening on the back of the supply chain, and you can communicate better. With that being said, I want to wrap it up in a sense to what we promise for you and your customers to get at the end of the day. You're going to see an increase in the customer satisfaction, guaranteed. You're going to see a reducing the tracking inquiries by up to 78%. It really depends on the category, on the niche of the current brand that you're trying to leverage, whether you have 5 products or you have 1,000, whether you're a dropship or print-on-demand merchant, if you're a clothing and apparel store selling supplements, doesn't really matter. we are going to help you with that. That's guaranteed. You're going to increase the repeat purchases. Why? Because we have, the technology to do it. And this is naturally going to bump up your customer lifetime value. You're going to be receiving these beautiful emails. Thank you for the updates. Like, it's super great when a merchant is going to come back to us and say, you know what, this is great. This is wonderful. My customers are loving me for the fact that I'm just notifying them with these beautiful shipping notifications. Last but not least, you're going to put that tracking page on steroids, and it's going to be a money-making machine. And as I said it a couple of times, we guarantee 10, 30, 50x return on your investment, on your subscription plan with Rush, or you don't pay. You don't pay up until you're going to get satisfied. And I want to thank Derek for having me today. We have a special offer, 7-day free trial, 30% off. And on top of that, my team is going to do the whole setup for you. That's guaranteed.
I love it. Awesome. Thanks so much. And I think this is a tool that everybody doing really over 500 orders a month going into Black Friday is going to be thinking about, like, okay, how can we better track products? And we have had so many conversations earlier today and yesterday about being worried about customer service inquiries getting bloated. So anything we can do to mitigate some of those inquiries by better tracking and communicating with our customers, plus the guaranteed return on investment. I love that. Which that just shows the power of the tool and the platform, which is one of the reasons I was thrilled to invite you to showcase it for us. So thanks so much.
I thank you so much as well. Wish you a great ending of the webinar, Derek, and I'm looking forward to more opportunities to be part of these beautiful events.
Awesome. Thanks. You can check them out at ecomtech.link/rush. You can also get that link in the show notes in case you need to get back to it tomorrow or something like that. Thanks again. And we're going to move right into our next session.
Cheers, buddy.